Promise me, she whispered, her voice barely a breath. Promise me you'll take care of her. I looked down at the tiny baby nestled in her arms, then back at my best friend, her face pale against the hospital pillow. My heart shattered, but I nodded. I promise. That promise cost me everything. The day I brought little Lily home, my mother-in-law sneered. Finally found a baby, did we? Since you couldn't have your own. My husband, the man who vowed to love me, stood by and watched. The constant taunts about me being barren, the whispers that I was just a glorified babysitter, it was relentless. The breaking point came a month later. It's either the baby or me, my husband declared, his arms crossed. Give her up or get out. The choice was never a choice. I packed a small bag, my hands trembling, and lifted Lily from her crib. Her soft, rhythmic breathing against my chest was the only comfort I had as I walked out that door, leaving my life behind. For months, it was just me and Lily against the world. I found a tiny apartment, a part-time job, and poured every ounce of love I had into this little girl. I cherished her first smile, her first giggle, every milestone. But I was constantly looking over my shoulder, terrified my in-laws would try to take her from me. One rainy afternoon, there was a knock on the door. My heart leaped into my throat. But it wasn't them. Standing on my doorstep was a man in a perfectly tailored suit, his features strikingly handsome but etched with a deep, consuming worry. I'm looking for Lily, he said, his voice low and urgent. I'm her father, my world tilted on its axis. He explained everything. My best friend had kept his identity a secret to protect him and the baby from a dangerous family rivalry. He was Alexander Sterling, the CEO of a global tech empire, a name synonymous with power and wealth. He'd been searching for them for months, his search growing more frantic after he learned of her passing. When he saw Lily, his eyes, so full of authority just moments before, softened and filled with tears. He wasn't there to take her away. He was there to join our little family. Alexander saw the sacrifices I had made, the love I had for his daughter. You are her mother in every way that matters, he told me, his gratitude and respect shining in his eyes. But he also learned about my in-laws. He heard every cruel word, every threat. And Alexander Sterling was not a man who let injustices slide. He didn't scream or shout. His revenge was silent, precise, and utterly devastating. My ex-husband's company, which relied heavily on contracts with Sterling's network, suddenly found itself blacklisted. Deals evaporated overnight. My father-in-law's small business, a supplier for a larger firm, was cut off after that firm was acquired by a Sterling subsidiary. They lost their house, their reputation, everything they had used to look down on me. One day, my ex-husband showed up at my new, much nicer apartment, begging. Please, he pleaded, call him off. We're ruined. I just held Lily a little tighter and looked at the man who had forced me to choose. You told me to get out, I said calmly. So I did. This is the life I chose. And I closed the door. Today, Lily calls me Mommy and Alexander Daddy. We are a family, forged not by blood, but by a promise and a fierce, protective love. My in-laws learned the hard way that you should never underestimate a mother's promise or the power of a father ready to move mountains for his child. They wanted me to have nothing, but in the end, I gained everything. Thank you so much for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one. See you next time.